Hey guys, welcome to this video. I've seen tons of people doing posts on Nvidia on the NASDAQ listed, and I do occasionally get some of my members ask me about it, so I thought I would go over my take. Of course, my free training is underneath if you want to get started trading like myself. So the way I look at things normally is split in a couple of ways, and I'm going to do a series on this soon that I'm going to release. But what you have to think about with corporations like this, Nvidia, is much like I was doing on my NASDAQ post yesterday. Okay, I did a post on that. I may tag it underneath because it's quite relevant. But the point is, if you look back, okay, we're on our 12-month chart. If you look to January 2019, okay, right down here, you can just see your 20 MA creeping up. And suddenly you go from being at about 54, let's say, or 50 overall, and you've gone up 9 times, okay, or 10 times, all the way up. Now, that is 1,000% to the north side, okay, or a 900% increase, if you like, more or less. But the thing that you have to remember is what happens after such an increase, okay? If you just use one of these little rulers, all right, you can see, look at that, look how far it has gone. So it's a terribly long way in a very short amount of time. Now, what that does is it creates really a standard, because the price is more or less assumed on the potential of it going higher and higher and higher and higher, and that's why people hype buy. Now, they also start to do things like this, and you can see how rash that red candle is. So my point being, when you're trading things like this, if you just look at the increase over time, you'll often start to understand that, does it really feel sustainable that something like that could keep going and going and going and going forever? Okay, so that's why you need to be careful when you short stocks, because essentially there's no roof. In theory, it could do that, but a lot of the time, if you're looking at the natural way stock markets work, you'll find that things that come up so quickly also come down very quickly. And you saw earnings come out, and what that showed, okay, beating expectations, things like that. But that candle wick up here is telling you people are pulling their orders out. Okay, they're pulling their holdings, and they're doing it. And often it's the people making all the money. They're doing it because they understand the simple economics of a stock market. If something comes up so quickly, quite often, and if you look at various charts like Bitcoin, for example, it comes down very quickly. And it's because often these things are a little bit difficult for most people to gauge what they're actually worth. So when something comes up over a short period of time, you don't have years and years and years of data to go off like you would on a blue chip stock, like you have here, like a bank in the UK, for example, or something that's been there for a while and can show you consistent gains over time. This has not got that. Okay, if you go back, like I said, on your 12 monthly 2019, when it really starts to rally, or even 2020, like a lot of things start to rally within everything that went on with COVID, you can see it's only a few years since that started. You've only got a few years of price data to go off. So it is all well and good. It is absolutely all well and good looking at the fundamental aspects of things like this, because they will tell you a lot. But there's a lot you can actually infer just by looking at the price and understanding what happens in markets when you see price action like this. Okay, when you see price rally so quickly, okay, if you just look at this chart here, that is your dip back. So obviously it's ascending over time. But if you just look where it fell here, we're on the monthly now, pretty much since October 2022, okay, almost a year, you've had one red candle in the whole thing. You're well off your lowest moving averages, which means the price is far overbought. Okay, look at your stochastic oscillator. It is not the time to be buying. All right, you have had early rejection with this price action candle, that candle wick pushing down, but you then come straight back up, and more or less it looks like a market maker stop. In other words, where larger orders are going in short. So I expect over time you'll get to about 350 first. I reckon you're just too far off those MAs. And really, like I said, there's not enough price data to get a good case for this. So thanks for watching. I hope that helps. And of course, trade small, trade safe, especially if you're shorting it. You can always stay out and just watch. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.